Welcome to the It's Bear channel. Today we're doing some Valheim. So Valheim is of course a survival game that is themed around the Norse mythology, and it's actually very accurate. I'm going to be sharing some insights that I found during my playthrough so far. Hopefully all of these tips and tricks will help you out in your playthrough. I'm going to be covering all of this in sections, so you can of course skip forward and backward to whatever you need. From there, you're going to be dropped in the world with a little backstory of why you're even in this world and what you're going to be doing next. So the Valkyrie will drop you into the world, and that's about it. From there, let's get started. Right, so when you spawn in, you really get some tips from these crows, but with this video, you don't really need them, so just click them and talk to it. So the first thing you do at spawn that is very important in Valheim is, of course, talk to this stone. So this will let you know where the first boss is in your world. So when you spawn in a world, things you want to do is pick up stones and branches, because they will give you recipes to work with, the first bunch of recipes you're going to need. You get a torch to start out with, which is useful when it's dark. But beyond that, you want to craft yourself a hammer. So the hammer is one of the most important things. So to craft a hammer, I realized I didn't say it, you press tab. So once you press tab, it will bring up your inventory and your crafting menu. So from here, like I said, you want to keep picking up branches and stones. Also, you want to craft a stone axe and a club. With your fist, you can beat down bushes as well to get some branches and twigs, and you will also level your unarmed skill. But just make sure to pick up these branches with E and the stones as well, so you will get enough to make the hammer or the club or both. So with your bare fist, you can do 0 damage to a tree. So it's not like Minecraft, you can't really knock the trees down and gain the twigs that way. You have to actually have the tools to do it, which of course you do by first picking up these fallen branches. Also, make sure to grab mushrooms. This is not a very important thing in Valheim. Make sure to grab mushrooms and raspberries. They're your first food source, and what it does I will explain later when we have to travel more, but keep picking stuff up and make yourself a club, because it will be useful to defend yourself later on. So another thing you need to know before you start Valheim is what skill will you be leveling? Because it does have an RPG skill system. Right now, there's not too many skills, but there are a lot more skills. So for example, do you want to be the sneaky type that is hunting and shooting from a distance, that kind of vibe? Or do you want to be a full steel armor plated guy with heavy weapons? Do you want to use clubs? Do you want to use swords? Do you want to use axes? It all depends on you. So make sure to keep that in mind and level and focus on leveling that. You could also even be an unarmed person that just punches monsters to death, but I don't know if that's good. I haven't tried it myself, but you can level unarmed skill and it will do more damage the more you increase your unarmed skill level. So your hotbar will be over here on the top. So drag the items that you want on the in your hotbar. So for example, food is very important. You want to drag that into slot 4, 5, any of these top slots so you can access them. And to use them, just press the number that it says. So 4 and 5 will eat, and that will increase my health and increase my stamina for a short duration. These are very low tier foods. Oh, there's an enemy. They do kind of run away sometimes. These are the first enemies you'll find. Greylings are not that strong. You just knock them down. Level 1 easy. That's why I recommended you make the club, because you will find these straight away. They're not that strong, but just keep them in mind. And they'll give you resin, which will be able to get you another torch. So what I recommend you look for is abandoned structures. I'm currently looking for them. They will help you out a lot in the beginning of the game as well. Jesus, this is a big mountain apparently. Keep in mind as well that you have a weight system. You can only carry 300, and stuff like rocks and wood does weigh quite a bit, so you can only carry so much of it. Also, on the way there, make sure to jump and run a lot. Also, watch your stamina before you do that, but running and jumping will level your running and jumping skill. It's pretty straightforward, but it's something to keep in mind. And kill as many boars on the way there as you can. They do attack you, however, but they're just not that strong. So yeah, be careful, but kill them to get some meat and leather scraps, because they will come in very useful. So Valheim also has a night cycle, so be aware of that. That's why you have your torch. The torch will run out, but you do have a torch, so make use of it while you can. They're very easy to craft. It's just 1 wood and 1 resin, so use them as you wish. So something to know about Valheim is that it's not actually that dangerous at nighttime. It doesn't become more dangerous, you just lose vision. This abandoned structure, how are we gonna fix it up? Well, first we need the hammer, which will reduce vision, of course. But you have a free repair mechanic if you right-click it. So if you right-click, you hold the hammer and you right-click it, and it will give you a repair mechanic. However, we need a crafting station to actually use it. So how you do that is you go into crafting, you need 10 wood to make one, and then you flip it around in a way where it's placed how you want it. And then if you're happy with it, you just place it down. And you'll learn a bunch of new recipes. However, now if I right-click it again and go to miscellaneous and click the repair tool, you will be able to just fix up this whole place, which is perfect, even though you can't really see it because it's super dark. There we go. I think I've repaired the whole... Okay, let's take a look. Perfect. So it's still pretty messed up. Oh, I forgot a spot over there. Yep, it's still not perfect, but that's okay, because now we'll get into building, which you see over here. There's a building tab. You have a whole bunch of recipes for it, and you can literally start building it as you want. Okay, so I will just place this over here, fill in the gaps. That's why I like abandoned structures, because it will save you a lot of time building and also a lot of resources building. And just like that, the crafting station should now have a roof, but we'll keep filling in the gaps so we can at least be sheltered, which will actually give you a buff in Valheim. So just like that, we've built ourselves a little shed. Look at it, beautiful. Now let's fix up the floor too. Wait, do I not have the requirements for this? I do not have the requirements for this. Meaning I need more wood, which is why you have the axe. So you can cut down bigger trees and get more wood. Pretty much anything that you think would give wood, gives wood. First, actually, I need to destroy the crafting bench to fix that up. And now that we can actually see, we can make a better crafting bench over here. So I'll just put it on the side over here. Something else very important is, of course, a campfire. You want to place that down in front of your base so it's nice and warm and it doesn't... And you should not place that one inside because it will suffocate you because the smoke can't go away. So yeah, you want to place it right outside your base so it's nice and warm in there and you don't suffocate. So above that, you want to actually build a cooking station. And just like that, we can start cooking my meat. So that is how simple it is to make that. And it's a much better food source than raspberries. So we'll take a bit, but after that, it will give a little noise and you can pick it back up. And in the meantime, we can start doing other stuff. Oh, there is the noise actually. So like that, you can pick it up and you can place it in your hotbar and eat it. And your stamina and health will increase with quite a freaking lot, as you can see. Also, you want to place down a bed. Very important. That is one of the basics as well in Valheim. You get a little bed, which can be your spawn point. And as well, at night, you can sleep there. Now that we have a bed and a working bench, we can start progressing. So something very important now you want to do is start working on stuff in the workbench. So first thing you need to know, repair an item. This is very important. It's completely free and it will fix up your armor. It will fix up pretty much anything you can make in the workbench will be repaired in here. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff I can make now. Since I picked up flint, I have the recipes for flint knife, flint spear. So those are pretty good. With the flint spear, you can already do a lot towards the first boss. But I recommend you start working towards a crude bow so you can hunt better. What you do there is you kill boars, you kill deer. That's how you get the leather scraps. And that is how you make the crude bow. As well, you can make wooden arrows by just simply collecting wood. So it's that simple to start hunting with a bow. There we go. I actually just managed to get a deer trophy. So this is what you want to look for. This little head thingy over here. I could already try and do the next boss, but I want to get better gear first. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so after collecting some resources, of course, I have some deer hides, some leather scraps, and some flint. That is pretty much all we need for now. Of course, I might need some more wood, but trees are everywhere, so it's completely fine. Also, something you might want to build is a door, by the way. So that way monsters can't just run into your house and they actually have to open the door. All right, so in the workbench, you can pretty much fix everything again except for your torch, because that will just run out. So as you can see, I can make some stuff. However, I don't think I am gonna, because you need to upgrade your workbench, which you do by making the chopping block. So you want to make that near where you actually are. So you need some flints and some wood for that. That's it. So the chopping block needs to be around there. There we go, in front of my house. And it now upgraded the workbench, which will give us some more recipes, like a leather tunic and leather pants. So you want, of course, more deer hide for that, which is kind of a pain to get, but you know. I'm gonna make a flint knife as well. Another upgrade will be the tanning rack, which you can already make, but you need a lot of leather scrap for it, so I'd say save it for later, because you don't really need it for now. But yeah, make sure to get that first upgrade by the chopping block, though. So I haven't really told you guys about chopping down trees, but if you chop down trees, you will, of course, increase your wood cutting. When it finally cuts down, which will take a while, unless you've leveled your wood cutting a lot, it will knock down the tree, and it might do damage against other trees, which will knock them down. So yeah, just be careful you don't like knock over your house or anything. But you just need to keep chopping at the fallen down wood, the log, and that way you get wood. There we go, perfect. Right, so another thing you might want to make is a shield. Maybe even make a spear. You know what? I will make a spear, just for the sake of showing. The spear is pretty big, and you can just use it to stab from long range, but you can also click the middle mouse button and throw it, which is why it's a ranged weapon. And as you see, it flew 1,000,000 yards away. So let's see where it actually landed. Yeah, there it is. So you do have to pick it back up, so be aware of that. So when hunting deer, another tip I can give you guys is to hear the sounds, because they do make a pretty loud sound, and that's how you know if there's a deer nearby. So for example, I just heard one. And as you can see, there's a deer right there. I don't know if I can one-shot this with throwing my spear, though, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna get close as possible. And then throw it. And I one-shot it, because the sneak damage will make it easier to kill. But there we go, I got quite a bit of hide there. You want to try and make the leather gear. It's pretty much what I recommend for the first boss. Also, make sure to hunt during the day, because otherwise it's going to be near impossible to see the animals. All right, that was a successful hunting trip. Let's see what we can make. First, repair all of our stuff. And now let's make a leather tunic. Let's see, we can actually make both. How about that? Okay, let's make both. And you right click them to equip them, your gear. And you need to have them in your inventory, however, so be aware of that. And look at us, we're fully dripped out. We were even on fire just then. Okay, so we keep cooking as well, because you're gonna need the food if you're gonna attack the enemy boss. So make sure you have a chest. So you might have to make more chests, but you can make them literally outside. Not really a problem. So you can put like your raw meat in there, or whatever stuff you don't need right now, but you might need later. So I will make a shield just so I can defend myself. You could also make a tower shield, but that makes you very slow and vulnerable. If you want a second upgrade for the workbench, you could do that, but you need a tanning rack, which is a lot of leather scraps. Let's see what I should make. So I could make a crude bow or a leather helmet. I need one more deer. There we go, leather helmet, craft, and we are fully kitted out. So once you're gonna kill the boss, make sure to bring a deer head and all your weaponry that you're gonna use. In my case, I made like most weapons already, but you should probably focus on one thing. So either go for the spear, go for the knife, whatever suits you best. Go for the bow maybe, but don't make all of them, because that's a waste of resources and time, really. Might actually make some fire arrows while I'm at it. Feathers you get by killing birds, by the way. There's my bow. That out of the way, we can probably start killing the boss. Okay, we have all we need, really. So let's try and kill, because you need this deer head, so kill deer. But at this point, once you get the leather armor, you should have at least one deer trophy. So make sure you have enough health and stamina before you take on the boss. So 3 food items, remember that. There we go, we are at the first boss. It's not too far from my home. We can start offering it now, but we need it in my hotbar. In the mystical altar, you offer the item by just clicking the number in your hotbar. There we go, I made the sacrifice. No, I want to get the flip out of there and see what will happen. Okay, so he should spawn over there now where the lights are going. There he is. And I can start attacking it by using my bow. Of course, my bow has a low attacking chance. He will attack you with range. Will attack you with just physical. Make sure to block his attacks if you can. There we go, he's almost dead. This should be it. Let's try and take him down. There we go. So with killing him, you gain some items. Let's go see. Which will unlock, of course, a lot more stuff. So you gain his head, the trophy anyway. And then you also have Hard Antler. So this Hard Antler, you can challenge him again, by the way, so if you want more Hard Antler, but you don't really need it. This Hard Antler will make you a pickaxe. I will show you that in a second, but that is pretty much anything you need for the first boss. And then it will tell you like, oh, you need to sacrifice the trophy. So you put that in your inventory. Walk to spawn. Oh, that's the other way. There we go. And at spawn, you can hang his trophy. And boom, you actually get a power thingy. So your ability to run and jump will be improved. So you get less stamina uses for jump and less run stamina usage. But you can only use that for so long. But you can activate it whenever you want. And then if you press F, it will activate the power, and now I will barely use any stamina to run and jump for about 5 minutes. And then you can activate it again after 20 minutes. So if you guys want to see more of this, I will tell you in the next video of what you need to do to get to the next boss. For that way we can work our way forwards together. So that is how you beat the first boss in Valheim. That took me about an hour of recording time, an hour and 20 minutes. But I think I could have done it a lot quicker if I didn't make all these weapons, the knife, the spear. Like, I could have saved a lot of resources. I did not need the full kit of leather armor, but I did help, as you can see. So it's really dependent on what you do. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like rating down below. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more Valheim content or Roblox content or whatever the hell I come up with. So really just subscribe to see what I'll be doing next. And with that out of the way, I will see you hopefully in the next video. I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye-bye.